Hello there. About 10 years ago, I had the privilege of going up in a classic two-seater open-topped plane with a friend of mine who was a pilot, and it was an amazing experience. Fortunately, I do enjoy the exhilarating fairground rides, so at times it was rather hair-raising, but it was fantastic. I even got to fly the plane myself for some of the time, which again was amazing. I knew those computer flight simulator games would come in handy at some point. But flying the real thing was much more exciting than any game, and it was a lot more nerve-wracking. But in some of the more relaxing moments of the flight, I was able to look round and enjoy the beautiful scenery that I was flying over, as well as the amazing sight of the top of the clouds as we went above them. Whenever I take the time to think about the world that we live in, with the beauty all around us, as well as the intricate balance of life, I cannot help but thank God for his amazing creation. I have a background in science as well as my faith, and I do not have a problem with reconciling the two. Science answers many questions about how our bodies work, how plants use sunlight, how to create materials by combining other chemicals, and so on. But on the other hand, the Bible tells us that God made these amazing bodies that we have, this amazing earth that we live on, and that he has a purpose for us being here. Furthermore, when I was up in that aeroplane, it was interesting to see that the big things seem so small. So a train going underneath looked like a toy train set, and obstacles like hills that would be exhausting to cycle or run up seemed so insignificant. Obviously, they are very real, and when we're at the bottom of a large hill, it can seem insurmountable. But when we have a different point of view, then things don't seem so difficult. In life, we can face many problems or obstacles, and they can seem insurmountable. But when we allow ourselves to see things from another point of view, we can see that things are not so bleak. We can turn to other people who have been through similar problems, or with the support of family and friends, we can overcome more than we thought we could alone. I'm sure that you've heard the story about the boy who was on the beach throwing starfish back into the sea. There had been hundreds and thousands of starfish washed up on the beach, and the boy was throwing them back one at a time. And a man came up to him and said, "Why are you doing that? Surely you can't make a difference to all these starfish." And as the boy picked up one more starfish and threw it into the sea, he replied, "It made a difference to that one." So the gentleman silently started to help, and soon there were dozens of people throwing starfish back into the sea so that they wouldn't lose their source of life. Joining with others made a difference. And when God sees our situations from his point of view, then nothing is impossible. And if we put our trust in him, then we can also know that he is in control, which can bring us amazing peace that the Bible tells us we can't even understand at times. Someone once said, "You can tell the size of your God by looking at your worry list. The longer your list, the smaller your God." Interesting point to think about. When I look at the wonderful creation and how scientists are discovering more and more, both down at a tiny, minute level, as well as the vastness of space, and I know that God designed it and made it all. When I realise that he designed my body, although it's not perfect, it is still an amazing creation, and I have to acknowledge that he is the best person for me to put my trust in. Not my money, nor my job, nor even my family and friends or anything else. when I understand who God is and what he has done and what he is still capable of, then why worry? So, even as the world is in the grip of a global pandemic, you and I can still be at peace because of our God. May you have a peace-filled day.